Your past can shape you, but it does not have the right to control you. The present moment is the only place where life truly exists, and learning to live in it is the greatest freedom a person can discover. This is the story of a boy who could have lived in regret forever, but chose instead to live now. In a small village that could have existed anywhere in the world, there lived a quiet boy named Noah. The village had winding dirt roads, simple houses, and fields that changed color with the seasons. People there worked hard and spoke little. Life was predictable. But Noah's life had not always been predictable. When he was younger, he had made a mistake, one that followed him like a shadow. At the age of 12, Noah had been trusted with something important. His teacher had chosen him to represent the village school in a regional competition. It was a rare honor. The entire village felt proud. His parents told neighbors and his friends cheered him on. But on the day of the event, fear took over. Standing before a crowd larger than he had ever seen, Noah froze. His mind went blank, words disappeared. He stood silent while whispers spread through the audience. After a few painful seconds, he ran off the stage. The humiliation burned into his memory. When he returned to the village, people tried to comfort him. "It happens," they said. "You're still young." But Noah did not forgive himself. Years passed, yet that moment replayed in his mind every night. Whenever he thought about trying something new, the memory returned. "You will fail again," it whispered. When friends invited him to join debates, he refused. When teachers encouraged him to lead group projects, he declined. When opportunities appeared, he stepped back. He lived in the present physically, but mentally, he lived on that stage, frozen. One afternoon, while walking near the edge of the village, Noah saw an old man sitting under a large tree. The man was known simply as the Traveler. No one knew exactly where he had come from. He had stories from distant lands and eyes that seemed to see more than others. The Traveler watched Noah sit nearby, staring at the ground. "You look like someone carrying a heavy bag," the old man said. Noah looked around. "I'm not carrying anything." The Traveler smiled. "Not in your hands. On your back." Noah hesitated. For some reason, he felt safe speaking to this stranger. "I failed once," Noah said quietly. "And I can't forget it." The Traveler nodded. "Close your eyes," he said. Confused but curious, Noah obeyed. "Imagine," the Traveler continued, "that you are walking along this road carrying a sack filled with stones. Each stone is a memory you regret. Feel the weight." Noah imagined it. The sack felt heavy. His shoulders ached. "Now," the Traveler said, "keep walking. Try to run." In his mind, Noah tried. He stumbled. Try to climb a hill. He could not. The Traveler's voice grew softer. "You think the past is punishing you, but it is you who refuses to put the sack down." Noah opened his eyes. "But it happened," he protested. "I can't change it." "Of course you can't," the Traveler said calmly. "The past is a closed door, but you keep standing in front of it, knocking." The words struck something deep inside Noah. That night, he lay awake thinking. For years, he had replayed the same scene, as if analyzing it would somehow undo it. He realized something. The memory had not ruined his life, his attachment to it had. The next morning, something small changed. When his teacher asked for a volunteer to read aloud, Noah felt the familiar fear rising. His heart beat fast. The old memory flashed in his mind. But then he remembered the sack of stones. Slowly, he raised his hand. His voice trembled at first. He stumbled on a word. A few students giggled. For a split second, shame rushed in. But he kept reading. When he finished, nothing dramatic happened. No applause, no cheering. Just normal classroom silence. And suddenly, Noah understood something powerful. The present moment was not his past. It was new. Days turned into weeks. Noah began practicing a simple habit. Whenever a painful memory appeared, he would say quietly in his mind, "That is not now." If he remembered freezing on stage, he would look around and notice where he actually was. Sitting at a desk. Walking down a road. Eating dinner with his family. He trained himself to return to now. It was not easy. Some days the past felt stronger. Some nights regret returned like a storm. But each time he imagined setting down the sack. One evening, the village announced a public storytelling event. Anyone could come forward and share a story. Noah's heart pounded when he heard about it. The old fear whispered again. But something inside him was different now. He realized he had two choices: live inside a memory, or live inside this moment. On the night of the event, villagers gathered in the open square. Lanterns flickered in the dark. One by one, people shared tales, funny, sad, inspiring. Noah felt his legs shaking as he stood up. Each step toward the center felt like walking against years of self-doubt. The memory of his childhood failure flashed again. He almost turned back. But then he asked himself a simple question. Is that happening now? No. Right now he was simply standing under lantern light, breathing, alive. He began to speak. His voice was not perfect. It cracked once. He forgot a line and paused briefly. But he did not run. He did not freeze. He stayed. When he finished, there was gentle applause. Not thunderous, not dramatic, but real. And in that moment, Noah felt lighter, not because he had erased his past, but because he had stopped carrying it. Years later, this same boy would speak before crowds much larger than that small village square. He would talk about resilience, failure, and living fully in the present moment. Millions would listen to his words about overcoming regret and embracing now. The boy who once froze on a small stage became a voice that helped others release their past. The boy is none but the world-renowned speaker and author, known for teaching people the power of living in the present. Someone whose early failures shaped his wisdom, not his destiny. Your past is a lesson, not a life sentence. You cannot rewrite yesterday, but you can decide not to relive it. The present moment is always new, always waiting. If you keep looking backward, you will miss the only place where change is possible now. Put down the sack of stones. Your life is happening today.